Chapter 1. The Big Day. Today is a special day. The air feels cold, but the excitement is warm. Thousands of people gather in Washington, D.C. They stand shoulder to shoulder, waiting. Some wear red hats. Others hold American flags. Families, friends, and strangers stand together, their eyes fixed on the stage. The new president is about to speak. Giant screens show the Capitol building, proud and tall. The American flag waves in the wind. Police officers stand along the streets, watching closely. Security is tight. Helicopters fly overhead. Reporters with cameras and microphones are everywhere. They talk fast, asking questions, looking for answers. Some people smile. They believe today is the start of something great. They whisper to each other, "He will fix the country." Others look serious. They are not sure what will happen next. Some frown and shake their heads. They wonder, will things change for the better or for worse? The sun peeks through the clouds. A soft cheer rises from the crowd. The moment is close. People check their phones. The news channels report live. Around the world, millions watch from their homes. Some sit with their families. Others watch alone. Everyone is waiting for the same thing. Suddenly, the band begins to play. The music fills the air. The crowd stirs. Eyes turn to the stage. Important leaders walk out, dressed in dark coats. Some smile and wave. Others walk quickly, their faces serious. Photographers click their cameras. Flash, flash. The lights shine brightly. Then a voice announces, "Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States." The crowd erupts with cheers and applause. Some clap their hands. Others shout his name. Some stay silent, watching closely. Donald Trump steps onto the stage. He stands tall, his hair perfectly combed. He waves to the crowd. His face is serious. His eyes scan the sea of people before him. He takes a deep breath and walks to the podium. The cheers slowly fade. The city falls silent. Even the wind seems to pause. He grips the sides of the podium and leans forward. Cameras zoom in. He opens his mouth to speak. But for a moment, he says nothing. The crowd holds its breath. The world is listening. What will he say? His voice breaks the silence. "My fellow Americans," he begins. His tone is strong and clear. Every word is slow and careful. Some people nod. Others look at him with wide eyes. He talks about the past. He talks about the future. He promises to bring jobs back. He says America will be strong again. His voice rises. "We will make America great again." The crowd cheers loudly. Some people in the crowd wipe tears from their eyes. They feel hopeful. Others cross their arms. They feel unsure. A woman holds her child close. An old man listens with his hand on his heart. The speech continues. Trump talks about change. He talks about unity. He says America will come first. Some clap, some stay silent. The cameras move across the faces in the crowd. Each person feels something different. Excitement, fear, hope, doubt. The speech goes on. Reporters type quickly. Headlines appear online. Social media is full of comments. Some people agree, others do not. Arguments begin. Back in Washington, the speech nears its end. The president looks out at the people once more. He raises his hand. Together, we will make our country proud. The crowd cheers again. Balloons float into the sky. The music plays. As he steps away from the podium, his family joins him. They smile and wave. Secret Service agents stay close. The first day begins. The people start to leave, walking slowly through the streets. Some are happy, some are not. But everyone knows. Today is a day they will remember. The sun sets behind the Capitol. The flags still wave. The city hums with new energy. What will happen next? Only time will tell. Chapter 2. A Strong America. Donald Trump stands at the podium. He looks out at the crowd. His face is serious. His voice is steady. "We will make America strong again," he says. His words echo across the National Mall. Some people cheer. Others watch in silence. Everyone listens. He talks about the military. He says America must be powerful. "We will rebuild our forces," he declares. His hands move as he speaks. Soldiers in the crowd nod. They stand tall. Some wear their uniforms with pride. Others, veterans, hold their hats close. They remember past battles. They hope for a better future. Trump promises more support for the troops. He speaks about new equipment, better training, and more respect. A young soldier wipes a tear from his eye. He feels proud, but some people worry. They wonder if more military power means more war. The crowd stays divided. Next, Trump talks about jobs. "We will bring back American jobs," he shouts. His voice is loud, full of energy. Some people clap their hands. They have lost their jobs and hope for better days. A factory worker in the front row nods. He lost his job last year. He believes change is coming. Trump explains his plan. He will bring factories back. He will help small businesses grow. He promises fewer taxes. Some people smile. Others look unsure. They wonder if these promises can come true. He talks about safety. "Our streets will be safe again," he says. His face is firm. He speaks about police, crime, and security. He says criminals will be stopped. Families in the crowd hold their children close. They want a safer future. A police officer in the crowd stands proud. He believes in the words. But not everyone agrees. Some people whisper. They fear strict laws. They worry about their freedom. The tension in the air grows. Reporters take notes. Cameras focus on the president's face. His voice does not shake. He believes in his plan. Trump continues. "America will not be weak," he says. He talks about strength in every part of life, military, economy, and people. He says Americans must believe in themselves. The words feel powerful. They bring hope to some, worry to others. The crowd reacts in different ways. Some clap and wave their flags. They feel inspired. Others stand still, thinking deeply. They are not sure what to believe. A young woman listens carefully. She wants to believe in a strong America, but she also wants kindness and fairness. The wind blows gently. Flags ripple in the breeze. The sky is cloudy, but the moment feels bright. Trump raises his hand. Together we will make our nation powerful once more, he says. His voice is filled with determination. A man in the crowd whispers to his wife, "Maybe this is what we need." She nods slowly, unsure. The speech continues. Trump speaks about working together. He says people must unite. "We are all Americans," he reminds them. Some people cheer again. Others remain silent. The world is watching. Leaders from other countries listen closely. Some are impressed. Others feel nervous. They wonder what this strong America will mean for them. News headlines are already appearing. Some call it a great speech. Others call it dangerous. Trump finishes with a promise. "We will never back down," he says. The crowd erupts in applause. Some wave their flags high. Others take photos. The speech is over, but the conversation has just begun. As Trump steps away from the podium, he waves to the crowd. His family stands beside him. They smile and clap. The band begins to play. The atmosphere is filled with excitement and tension. People talk as they leave. Some feel hope. Others feel worry. A man turns to his friend and says, "Do you think he can do it?" His friend shrugs. "We'll see," he replies. The city is alive with energy. Conversations continue in homes, cafes, and offices. Some feel a new sense of purpose. Others feel uncertainty. The future of America is on everyone's mind. The president's words stay with the people. They think about strength. They think about safety. They wonder what will happen next. Only time will tell. Chapter 3. Bringing Back Jobs. Donald Trump stands tall at the podium. His voice is firm. His eyes scan the crowd. "We will bring back jobs," he says. His words are clear. His tone is strong. The crowd listens carefully. Some cheer. Others nod slowly. They want to believe him. Trump talks about factories. He says they will reopen. "We will make things in America again." His words echo through the air. People in the crowd smile. They remember the past, a time when factories were full, a time when jobs were plenty. A man in a work jacket wipes his hands on his jeans. He used to build cars. Now, he waits. The president promises new opportunities. He talks about steel, coal, and cars. He says the country will produce more. "No more lost jobs," he shouts. The crowd cheers louder. Some people hold signs. They say, "Jobs for America." The excitement grows. In small towns across the country, people are listening. In living rooms, diners, and offices, they watch the speech on TV. Families sit together. They hear his words. Parents think about their children. They hope for a better future. They dream of steady paychecks again. But not everyone is sure. Some people cross their arms. They wonder, can he really do it? Experts on TV discuss the speech. They say times have changed. They talk about machines replacing workers. They talk about competition from other countries. It won't be easy, they say. Trump speaks about lowering taxes. He says businesses will grow. "We will cut red tape," he declares. Business owners feel hopeful. They imagine hiring more people. A woman who owns a small shop smiles. She thinks about expanding. But deep inside, she wonders, is it possible? In the crowd, an older man listens closely. He worked in a factory for 30 years. He remembers the sounds, the machines, the voices, the busy days. Then, one day, it all stopped. The factory closed. His job was gone. He wants to believe in Trump's promise. He hopes it's not too late. Trump's voice grows louder. "Factories will come back to life," he says. The audience claps. The energy is high. He talks about fair trade. "No more bad deals," he insists. People cheer. They believe he will fight for them. Outside the speech, protesters gather. They hold signs. They say, "Jobs are not enough." They want fair wages, too. They want better working conditions. Inside, the crowd cannot hear them. They focus only on Trump's words. The president talks about the future. He says it will be bright. He promises millions of new jobs. A young man in the crowd listens with hope. He graduated from college last year. He has not found work. Today, he feels inspired. He claps along with the others. But the questions remain. Where will the jobs come from? How will they return? Some people look worried. Others remain hopeful. Trump stands firm. He believes in his plan. His supporters believe too. "America will be great again," he says. The speech ends. The crowd cheers one last time. People wave flags. Some hug each other. They feel a sense of pride. Others leave quietly, thinking, will the promises come true? Only time will tell. Across the country, the conversation continues. In homes and offices, people talk about jobs. Some feel excited. Others feel unsure. A factory worker turns off the TV. He looks out the window. He wonders if tomorrow will be different. The country waits. They wait for the factories. They wait for the jobs. They wait for change. The journey has just begun. Chapter 4. Protecting Our Borders. Donald Trump stands at the podium. His face is serious. His voice is firm. "We must stop illegal immigration," he says. The words are strong. They echo through the crowd. Some people clap and cheer. Others stay quiet. Some look at each other with worried eyes. Trump talks about borders. He says America must be safe. "We need stronger borders," he continues. He talks about security. He talks about jobs. "We will protect our country," he says. The crowd listens. Some nod in agreement. Others look uneasy. In the crowd, a woman holds her child's hand. She listens carefully. Her family came to America years ago. They worked hard. They followed the rules. Now she worries. Will they be safe? Will they be welcome? Her heart beats fast. Trump speaks about building a wall. "We will build it tall and strong," he says. Some people cheer loudly. They believe the wall will stop crime. They believe it will protect their jobs. Others whisper quietly. They feel afraid. They wonder if their families will be divided. The president talks about laws. He says America will be fair but firm. "We welcome legal immigrants," he explains, but we cannot allow illegal entry. Some people feel relieved. They believe rules are important. Others feel uncertain. They know people who came for a better life. What will happen to them now? At home, people watch on their televisions. Some are happy. They think the plan will make the country stronger. Others feel sad. They worry about friends and neighbors. A man in his living room shakes his head. He thinks about his co-workers, immigrants who work hard every day. Trump's voice grows louder. We will stop drugs and crime from coming in, he says. The crowd cheers again. They believe the border will keep them safe. Police officers in the audience nod. They hope the new rules will help their work. But across the country, others feel a different fear. In small communities, immigrant families sit together. They talk in low voices. Parents hold their children close. They worry about being separated. A young boy asks, "Will we have to leave?" His mother does not know the answer. Trump speaks about fairness. We will take care of our citizens first, he says. People wave American flags. They feel proud. They want jobs to stay in America. They want their towns to feel safe. But not everyone feels the same. Protests start outside the speech. People hold signs that say, "No borders, no walls." They chant loudly. Inside, Trump continues. He stays focused. We will make our country safe again, he says. The media covers every word. Reporters write quickly. Some headlines praise his ideas. They call him strong and brave. Other headlines criticize him. They call his plan unfair. The debate begins. Social media is full of opinions. Some people agree with Trump. Others do not. Back in Washington, the speech goes on. Trump talks about new policies. He says he will give more power to border officers. They will do their job without fear, he promises. In the crowd, officers applaud. They feel supported. But far from Washington, in small towns and big cities, people wonder. Immigrants who have lived in America for years think about their future. Will they be welcome? Will they be sent away? A woman in a small apartment wipes tears from her eyes. She wants her children to have a good life. The president finishes his speech. America will be strong, he says. The crowd erupts in applause. Some people chant his name. Others stay silent, thinking. The event is over, but the conversation is just beginning. People walk away from the speech with mixed feelings. Some are hopeful. They believe Trump's words. They think the country will be better. Others are worried. They are not sure what will happen next. As the sun sets, the streets of Washington are busy. Reporters talk to people leaving the event. Some smile. Others frown. Everyone has an opinion. Families at home turn off their TVs. Some go to bed with hope, others with fear. The question remains, what will happen next? Only time will tell. Chapter 5. The Energy Revolution. Donald Trump stands at the podium. He looks at the crowd and speaks with confidence. We will drill for oil. We will use our own resources, he says. His voice is strong. His hands move as he speaks. Some people clap and cheer. Others sit quietly. Trump promises cheaper energy. He says the country will no longer depend on foreign oil. We have everything we need right here, he explains. He talks about oil, gas, and coal. Workers in the energy industry smile. They believe more jobs are coming. They think about a better future for their families. In small towns, people watch the speech on TV. A coal miner sits in his living room. His job disappeared last year. He listens carefully. He feels hopeful. His wife sits beside him. She wonders, will the jobs really return? Trump says energy will be affordable for everyone. He promises lower bills for electricity and gas. Many Americans like this idea. They want to spend less on heating and fuel. A truck driver watches the speech. He thinks about gas prices. He hopes they will go down. But not everyone is happy. Environmental groups worry. They believe drilling for oil will hurt nature. They talk about clean air and water. They fear the damage to the planet. A young woman watches the speech from her office. She works for an environmental group. She shakes her head. This is bad for the earth, she whispers. The president continues. We will bring back coal, he says. Some people cheer. Others frown. Coal workers feel excited. They remember the days when coal mines were full of workers. They want to believe those days will return. Outside the speech, protesters gather. They hold signs. Protect our planet, they shout. They want clean energy like wind and solar power. They worry about pollution. They want a greener future. Trump talks about pipelines. We will build them fast, he says. No more delays. Construction workers feel excited. They imagine new projects and steady work. A man in a hard hat listens on his phone. He hopes his company will get a big contract. But environmentalists worry about the land. They talk about animals, rivers, and forests. A scientist on the news says the climate is changing. She believes more drilling will make it worse. The debate grows louder. People argue on social media. In the crowd, a businessman listens carefully. He owns an oil company. He smiles. He knows more drilling means more money. He believes the economy will grow, but his friend, an engineer, looks unsure. He wonders if renewable energy is the better choice. Trump talks about energy independence. We will not rely on other countries, he says. Some people clap. They feel proud. They want America to be strong. They think using American energy is the answer. The president ends his speech with a promise. We will power our nation with American energy. The crowd cheers. Some people wave flags. Others take photos. The speech is over, but the discussion continues. People leave the event with mixed feelings. Some feel excited. They think the country will grow. They believe energy jobs will return. Others feel worried. They think about pollution and climate change. That night, News channels talk about the speech. Some experts say Trump's plan is good for business. Others say it is bad for the environment. Families at home discuss it at the dinner table. Some want cheaper energy. Others want clean air and water. In a small town, a farmer looks at his land. He wonders if drilling will come to his area. He thinks about his children. Will they have clean water to drink? The energy revolution has begun. Some people feel hopeful. Others feel afraid. The future is uncertain. But one thing is clear. Change is coming. Before we begin, Chapter 6, a quick note for our listeners. You're currently listening to this audiobook on Woo English. Remember, this content is specially made for Woo English listeners only. If you're hearing it on any other channel, it may be a violation of Woo English's rights. Please ensure you're tuned into the right source to fully enjoy and respect this audiobook journey. Now, let's continue the story. Chapter 6, A Fair Economy. Donald Trump stands at the podium. He looks at the crowd and speaks with confidence. "We will make the economy strong," he says. His voice is loud and clear. People listen carefully. Some smile, others wait to hear more. Trump talks about taxes. He promises that Americans will keep more of their money. "You work hard," he says. "You deserve to keep what you earn." The crowd cheers. A business owner nods. He thinks about his small shop. Lower taxes could help him grow. A mother in the crowd listens closely. She works 2 jobs. She hopes lower taxes will help her family. She dreams of saving money for her children's future. But in the back of her mind, she wonders, will it really happen? Trump continues. He talks about trade deals. "We will make better deals," he says. "No more bad agreements." Some people clap. They believe America has been losing for too long. They want fair trade. They want good jobs. In factories across the country, workers watch the speech on TV. They hope Trump's words will bring change. They want their jobs to stay in America. A man in a dusty uniform crosses his arms. He remembers when his factory was busy. Now, it's almost empty. He wonders, will things really get better? Trump promises to help businesses. "We will cut red tape," he says. Business owners smile. They think about fewer rules and more freedom. A young entrepreneur feels excited. She dreams of starting her own company. But she also feels unsure. Will the new rules help small businesses or just big ones? The president talks about companies moving to other countries. "No more," he says. "We will bring jobs back." The crowd cheers again. Some people wave American flags. They believe in his words. Others stay quiet. They have heard promises before. Outside the speech, a group of workers talk. Some believe lower taxes will help them. Others worry about government programs. "What if schools and hospitals lose money?" one man asks. His friend shrugs. "We'll have to wait and see," he says. Trump's voice grows stronger. America will win again, he says. His words bring hope to many. They imagine a better future. They dream of better jobs, better pay, and better lives. But not everyone agrees. Some experts worry. They say cutting taxes could increase debt. They wonder if trade deals will really help workers. A professor on TV says, "It sounds good, but the economy is complicated." People at home listen and think. Trump speaks about the stock market. He says it will rise. Investors feel hopeful. They watch their screens closely. They see the numbers move up and down. A retired man looks at his savings. He hopes they will grow. He wants to enjoy his retirement without worry. The president talks about farmers. "We will help our farmers," he says. In small towns, families watch with hope. They struggle with rising costs. They want fair prices for their crops. A farmer wipes his brow and nods. He wants to believe in a fair economy. Trump promises to fix broken systems. He says the government will spend money wisely. Some people cheer. Others look unsure. They wonder if it is really possible. As the speech ends, Trump raises his hand. "We will make America prosperous again," he says. The crowd cheers loudly. Some people feel hopeful. They believe in his words. Others remain quiet, thinking about what will come next. Outside, reporters ask people what they think. Some smile and say, "This is what we need." Others shake their heads. "We will wait and see," they say. Back at home, families talk about the speech. A father looks at his paycheck. He hopes taxes will go down. A student wonders if she will find a good job after graduation. A shop owner checks his bills. He wants to believe in better trade deals. The debate continues across the country. People agree. People disagree. The future is uncertain, but hope is alive. Will the promises come true? Only time will tell. Chapter 7. America First. Donald Trump stands at the podium. His voice is strong. His eyes are focused. "America first," he says. The crowd cheers. They chant with him, "America first! America first!" Their voices grow louder. Flags wave in the air. People clap and shout. Trump repeats his words. "We will focus on ourselves. We will rebuild our country." The crowd cheers again. Some people smile. They believe it is time for change. They want America to be strong. Others watch in silence. They wonder what this will mean for the rest of the world. Trump talks about trade. "No more bad deals," he says. He promises fair agreements that help American workers. A factory worker in the crowd nods. He hopes for better wages. He wants to see factories busy again. But business owners feel nervous. They trade with other countries. They wonder, will this hurt their business? Trump speaks about jobs. He says American companies will stay in America. "We will bring jobs back," he shouts. Some people cheer. They believe in his promise. Others cross their arms. They think about how complicated it is. In other countries, leaders listen carefully. They watch the speech on their screens. Some look worried. They depend on trade with the U.S. A European leader frowns. He wonders if new policies will hurt his country's economy. A businessman in Asia shakes his head. He relies on selling goods to America. Trump's voice grows louder. We will protect our workers. We will protect our borders. The crowd claps again. Many people feel hopeful. They want better jobs and safer communities. But outside the stadium, protesters gather. They hold signs. The world matters too, one sign says. Reporters take notes. They ask questions. What does America first really mean? One journalist whispers. Social media is full of opinions. Some support Trump's words. Others criticize them. Arguments begin online. A young woman in the crowd listens carefully. She works for an international company. She wonders if her job is safe. Her company sells products in many countries. She bites her lip and thinks, what will happen next? Trump speaks about military strength. We will protect our people, he says. He promises more support for soldiers. Veterans in the crowd stand proudly. They believe America should focus on its own defense. But some people feel unsure. They wonder if more military spending will mean less money for schools and hospitals. The president continues, we will no longer pay for other nations' problems. Some leaders around the world feel uneasy. They rely on American help. A diplomat in Washington listens closely. He wonders if alliances will change. At home, families watch the speech on TV. A mother in Texas smiles. She believes focusing on America is the right thing to do. A father in New York shakes his head. He worries about America turning away from the world. Trump ends his speech with a promise. We will make America proud, strong, and rich again. The crowd cheers one last time. Some wave their flags high. Others quietly leave, thinking about his words. As people walk away, conversations begin. Some feel excited. They believe in Trump's vision. Others feel worried. They wonder what America first really means for them and for the world. In other countries, newspapers print headlines. Some are hopeful. Others are critical. Leaders call meetings to discuss what will happen next. The speech is over, but the discussion continues. Some believe Trump's words will bring success. Others fear isolation. Only time will tell what America first will truly mean. Chapter 8. The media reacts. The speech is over. The president steps away from the podium. People clap. Some wave flags. Others walk away quietly. But across the country, the conversation is just beginning. News channels go live. Reporters stand in front of the Capitol. Cameras roll. A powerful speech, one reporter says. Trump promises a strong future. Another reporter frowns. Will he really keep these promises? She asks. The debate has begun. Television screens show different opinions. Some news channels praise Trump's words. This is a new beginning, they say. Others are more critical. His plans are risky, they warn. The country watches. Families sit in their living rooms. They listen. They wonder, who is right? On social media, the reactions are fast. Posts flood the internet. Some people write messages of support. Finally, a leader who cares about us. Others disagree. This will hurt America, they type. The arguments begin. A man in his office reads the news on his phone. He smiles. He believes Trump will make America better. A woman sitting nearby shakes her head. She thinks the changes will hurt many people. They do not speak, but their thoughts are clear. At a coffee shop, friends talk. They share their opinions. Some are excited. More jobs, more security, one man says. Others feel worried. What about the environment? What about our allies? Asks another. Their conversation is full of questions. Late-night talk shows discuss the speech. Comedians make jokes. Some laugh, others do not. A guest on a show says, "This is serious business." The audience listens carefully. The speech is everywhere. Newspapers print bold headlines the next morning. Some say, Trump's plan will save America. Others ask, is this the right path? Readers hold their coffee and turn the pages slowly. They want answers. In Washington, politicians react. Some support the president. His ideas are exactly what we need, they say. Others speak against him. This is dangerous, they warn. The debate grows louder. In homes across the country, families talk about the speech. A father looks at his paycheck. He wonders if taxes will really go down. A mother thinks about her children's future. Will schools get better? No one knows for sure. Young people share their thoughts online. They post videos, opinions, and arguments. Some feel hopeful. Others feel afraid. The divide is clear. We need unity, one person writes. We need action, replies another. The president's supporters feel confident. They trust his words. They believe in his vision. But critics feel different. They worry about the future. They question his plans. Outside the White House, reporters ask people for their thoughts. A woman smiles and says, "I think he's doing the right thing." A man frowns and answers, "I'm not so sure." Their voices represent the whole nation, divided and uncertain. Political experts debate on TV. They talk about the economy, security, and jobs. They share facts, numbers, and opinions. The discussion continues for hours. People watch closely. They try to understand what comes next. Meanwhile, the stock market reacts. Prices move up and down. Investors feel hopeful. Others feel nervous. Everyone watches the numbers. Will the economy grow? Will businesses succeed? Only time will tell. A farmer in a small town listens to the news on the radio. He hopes Trump's words will help his farm. In a big city, a store owner worries about his business. Different places, different opinions. But the same questions remain. The speech has ended, but the impact is just beginning. The nation waits. People hope for the best. Some fear the worst. In Washington, lights shine late into the night. Lawmakers discuss policies. Journalists write their stories. Citizens share their thoughts. The country is watching. What will happen next? The future is unknown. The debate will go on. Chapter 9. Supporters and Critics. Donald Trump's speech is over, but the conversation is not. Across the country, people talk. Some feel hopeful, others feel afraid. The nation is tense. His supporters believe in him. They trust his words. "He will bring back jobs," says a factory worker. "He cares about us," adds a mother of three. They see Trump as a leader who will fix the country. They imagine a better future. In small towns, people gather at diners and cafes. They discuss his plans. Some nod in agreement. They believe America is finally on the right path. "We need change," one man says. "It's time for something different." In big cities, feelings are mixed. Some people are excited. Others are worried. A young woman in an office watches the news. She wonders, will these changes help or hurt? She texts her friends. Opinions flood in. Critics feel unsure. They worry about the future. They are afraid of what might happen next. "Will we lose our health care?" asks a father. "What about the environment?" wonders a college student. They have many questions. Politicians argue in Washington. Some support Trump's plans. He's putting America first, they say. Others strongly disagree. His policies could hurt us, they warn. The debate is heated. On the news, experts share their opinions. Some praise Trump's ideas. He's a businessman, they say. He knows how to create jobs. Others are not so sure. Running a country is different, one expert says. It's not easy. Social media is full of opinions. Some people post messages of support. They share photos, quotes, and excitement. Finally, a president who listens to us, they write. Others express fear. "I'm worried about my family," one person tweets. The arguments continue. Families sit at the dinner table and talk. A father smiles and says, "Things will get better." His wife looks unsure. She thinks about their children's future. The kids listen quietly. They don't understand everything, but they feel the tension. Workers at factories and farms discuss the speech. Some feel inspired. They believe better days are coming. Others are cautious. "We've heard promises before," one worker says. "Let's see what happens." Immigrant families feel nervous. They don't know what the future holds. A mother hugs her child and whispers, "Everything will be okay." But inside, she worries. Will they still belong here? Business owners have mixed reactions. Some are happy about tax cuts. They believe they can grow and hire more people. Others worry about new trade deals. "What if it hurts my business?" one shop owner asks. Protests begin in some cities. People march with signs. They chant for change. They ask for fairness and equality. Police stand nearby, watching carefully. Emotions are high. In rural areas, people feel more hopeful. They believe Trump understands them. He speaks for us, a farmer says. He hopes for better prices and fewer regulations. Schools and universities hold discussions. Teachers talk to students about leadership and change. Some students feel excited. Others feel concerned. They ask questions. They want answers. Late at night, news programs continue. Guests argue. Some say Trump is right. Others say he is wrong. The divide is clear. The country is not united. The next morning, newspapers print different headlines. Some say, "A new era begins." Others ask, "What's next for America?" People read and wonder. At the White House, Trump works with his team. He believes in his plans. He wants results. His supporters wait. His critics watch. Everyone feels the pressure. The days ahead will bring challenges. Some will celebrate. Others will worry. But one thing is certain. America is changing. The question remains, will the changes bring success or struggle? Only time will tell. Chapter 10. What happens next? The speech is over. The crowd has left. The flags are still waving in the wind. But the story is not finished. In homes, offices, and cafes, people talk. They ask the same question. What happens next? Donald Trump has made big promises. He said he would bring back jobs. He said he would protect the borders. He said he would make America great again. But words are easy. Now, actions must follow. In Washington, lawmakers prepare. They write new laws. They debate policies. Some agree with the president. Others fight against him. The halls of Congress are busy. People argue. Some are hopeful. Some are doubtful. Across the country, workers wait. A factory worker looks at an empty building. Will it open again? Will he get his job back? He wants to believe, but he is not sure. A farmer watches the news. He wonders if new policies will help his crops. He hopes for better days. Families watch closely. Parents think about their children's future. Will they have good schools? Will they have better health care? A mother sighs as she puts dinner on the table. She wants to believe things will improve, but she is worried. Business owners make plans. Some are excited. They think lower taxes will help them grow. They dream of hiring more workers. Others are nervous. They are not sure if trade changes will be good for them. The world is also watching. Leaders from other countries listen carefully. They wonder what America first means for them. Will trade deals change? Will relationships stay the same? A leader in Europe calls an emergency meeting. He wants answers. The media continues to report. News channels show different views. Some say Trump is the leader America needs. Others say his plans are risky. Social media is full of opinions. People argue online. Some feel hopeful. Others feel afraid. In Washington, Trump and his team are busy. They meet every day. They talk about taxes, jobs, and security. They make decisions. They sign papers. Cameras flash. Reporters ask questions. Trump looks confident. He believes he can do it. But change takes time. Laws must pass. Companies must adjust. People must wait. Some grow impatient. They want results now. Others are willing to wait. They believe success takes time. Protests continue in some cities. People march with signs. They want fairness. They want answers. Police watch. Emotions are high. At the same time, rallies are held in support. People cheer for the president. They believe in his vision. They chant, USA, USA. They feel proud. A student in college thinks about the future. Will there be more jobs when she graduates? Will she have opportunities? She wants to believe, but she is unsure. The stock market moves up and down. Investors are watching carefully. Some see new opportunities. Others are cautious. They are waiting to see what will happen next. In small towns and big cities, life goes on. People go to work. Children go to school. But there is something in the air, change. Everyone feels it. One thing is clear. America is at a turning point. The people are watching. They are waiting. They are hoping. Trump stands in the White House. He looks out the window. He knows the challenges ahead. He knows people are counting on him. He must act. He must lead. The journey has begun. The road is long. Some will support him, some will not. But the future is uncertain, and everyone is watching. What will happen next? Only time will tell.